This portion of the video, we are going to demonstrate how to utilize the brush tip grain pens. We have a defect here, and I'm purposely going to pick a color that's probably going to be a little bit too light for the repair. I'm going to fill that area in. We'll take the scraper and remove the excess material. I'm going to take a rag again and clean that surrounding area, being careful not to hollow back out the repair. Now the defect actually goes through some of the very strong grain lines. This is a brush tip grain pen. Actually has a brush tip on it. The harder you push, the wider the brush splays out and creates that grain. So with the grains, I want to be in line, not coming at it from the side, trying to put that grain line in like this. It's going to cause a sweeping effect with that. So I want to get in line with it. Take and dry it off on a rag before I do this. So we'll come in here and just, that way we don't have excess material on the tip. And I'm going to very carefully come in and draw in a grain line. I can add another little grain line to the side here. And again, while it's wet, we can manipulate it, but once it dries, it's going to be color fast and not rub off. So that's how we can utilize the brush tip grain pen to put in a very, very fine line. These have the same type of ink as in our felt markers. So they're going to be colored fast, don't require a top coat. I'll demo here just a little bit how to get different effects with it. If we press down, we can get a wider line. Again, when I want that really, really fine line, I want to dry that tip just a little bit so that I can put in extremely narrow lines. In one of the other videos, we talked about the blender marker, and that's where these can be pretty handy as well. Let's say that we came in and we put in just a little too much material. I can carefully come back and straighten and also remove the marker ink. If I want to reduce this one down to a hairline, I can do that. I just want to wipe the tip off and come back, and I can narrow that back up to a very fine line, even though it was very wide to start with. And now it's dry and colored fast and will not wipe off. So the blender marker, in conjunction with the felt markers and the brush tip grain pens, can be a very valuable tool for touch-up. When applying grain lines, we always want to use the fewest number of grain lines possible. If one or two looks good, then stop. Sometimes that's just all we need. We want it to look like the surrounding area. We don't want to have too much going on. Most repairs get too dark, too many grain lines, and then they fail as a quality repair. So the least amount of material, the least amount of work gives us the best result.